How's it going, friends? I am Cedric and I love classic men's style. Now for today's video, I am going to start by taking off this jacket, throwing it away, roll up my sleeves, because this is a bit more of a casual video. A while back I asked you if you would be interested in learning about sprezzatura. I should have done a joke about something Italian. Sprezzatura. So now what is sprezzatura? Well, sprezzatura is one of the most favourite words in classic men's style, but many people use it wrongly. So what is sprezzatura? The word was first used by a man named Baldassare Castiglione, and he was an Italian bloke who wrote a book on how to behave in court aimed at noblemen, basically teaching them how to act. And in that book he talked about something he called sprezzatura. And the idea was that whatever you do, you should make it look easy. You should make it look as if you didn't really put in any effort, but somehow, mysteriously, magically, it turned out molto bene. And that is the idea of sprezzatura. So, what is sprezzatura when it comes to clothes? This idea of sprezzatura inspired Beau Brummel. Beau Brummel was a man in the early 19th century who completely changed the world of men's clothes. Before that, men's clothes were very colourful, very flashy, a lot of jewels and gold trims and things like that. And he simplified it to something that actually hasn't changed very much since then. He is often considered as the inventor of the modern suit. He liked the idea of making it look easy. Beau Brummel, who was dressed very well, to the nines, mwah, but compared to everyone around him who was wearing
elaborate hats and fancy feathers and flowers.
And he was dressed very simply, but he was dressed very elegantly. And it is this simplicity, making it look like you're not putting in effort, that is essential to sprezzatura. So what is sprezzatura then? Well, sprezzatura can be defined as trying really hard to make it look like you're not trying. I think there is one clip in the show How I Met Your Mother which actually shows the essence of sprezzatura pretty well.
All right, I'm ready. Let's hit it.
Can't go tournament.
What? We agreed. I suited up.
You take too long to get ready.
What are you talking about? I got the low maintenance, just rolled out of bed look.
Yeah, which takes an hour and a half of waxing, tugging, and teasing to achieve.
And sprezzatura is almost synonymous with Italian style. You will see suits, blazers, trousers that are a little more comfortable, but still look really nice. Sprezzatura is also a bit more casual. It's not as stiff, it's not as structured as the most formal of suits. It's a bit more relaxed and casual. Patch pockets are something that you will often see returning. Unstructured jackets, which is also more casual and more comfortable, is also something that you will see more in sprezzatura, and those are things that are also very common in Italian styles. Now that you know a bit about sprezzatura and the history of sprezzatura, it's time to talk about some examples of sprezzatura, and I actually have 3 examples. One is the example everyone gives. It's Gianni Agnelli. He is pretty much the poster boy for sprezzatura. He is the guy that everyone thinks of when they talk about sprezzatura. He was the CEO of a car company. I don't remember which one.
I'm not really into cars.
He would wear a suit with working boots, or he would wear a tie with the back blade longer than the front blade, wear his watch on top of his shirt cuff rather than below it like everyone else. He really became a style icon because of that, because of his playfulness.
Sprezzatura is playfulness.
His sprezzatura is so expressed that it's almost no longer sprezzatura. I'll elaborate in a second. First, I'll talk about my second example of sprezzatura. He is actually a very big person in the world of classic men's style, and his name is Bruce Boyer. He doesn't really break style rules as explicitly as Gianni Agnelli. He simply matches clothes together and it looks good. It doesn't look like he put too much effort into it, but he's also not doing things that don't seem to make sense or that are very outlandish. He's not necessarily breaking rules, he's not necessarily making a statement. Another example that I actually brought up, and for some reason no one talks about him as an example for sprezzatura, is, in my opinion, Cary Grant. Now, in my opinion, he's not necessarily an example of sprezzatura because of the way he dressed, because the way he dressed is not necessarily very explicitly sprezzatura, but I've already talked about his journey, about his story of wanting to become a gentleman. Part of that was being charming and being elegant and being sophisticated without making it look like he is trying to be. But in fact, he was trying to be, and he tried very hard. And he was purposefully trying to learn how to be more charming and more of a gentleman. And that trying so hard, and that trying to learn, trying to improve, but making it look as if but also making it look as if he's not trying at all, as if it comes natural, that is sprezzatura as well. I think that is a good example of how clothes and clothing styles and clothing rules and the world of clothes can influence your lifestyle. Now, I said that I would mention Gianni Agnelli again. Now, Gianni Agnelli is often considered the person when it comes to sprezzatura, but the problem with Gianni Agnelli is he inspired a lot of people to do things which they considered to be sprezzatura, which really isn't sprezzatura. Now we are coming to what you might have seen on Instagram, on Pinterest, maybe on Facebook, on YouTube, if you're into classic men's style, and that is pictures from Pitti Uomo. Pitti Uomo, if you're not familiar with it, it's an Italian event. It's a fashion event for men at which people from all over the world come together to look at new collections. But a lot of people also just come there to get their picture taken because it is the place to be for men's style. What you will see a lot on Pitti Uomo is people who try to stand out, and they do so under the guise of sprezzatura. They will do things that Gianni Agnelli did. They will wear bold colors. They will wear a lot of accessories, throw on a lot of bracelets, wear glasses and a hat and a scarf and a coat that they drape over their shoulders. And you will see a lot of looks like that. While, yes, they do break rules, and that is what a lot of people consider sprezzatura. A lot of people think of sprezzatura as it's breaking rules. That is not the essence of sprezzatura. These people who break these rules, they try to make a statement, and that is not what sprezzatura is about, because when you look at them, you can tell that they spent a lot of time on their looks. Now you might think,
Yes, Cedric, yeah. But how can I have sprezzatura?
that really is up to you, but here are a few tips. When you have a tie, if it's a little long, you can tuck it into your trousers. If you have high-waisted trousers, this, in my opinion, looks very nice. Something else you can do is, you're wearing a tie and the back blade might be a little longer than the front blade. If the back blade is just a little longer like this, that is sprezzatura as well. Something else you can do, and this is something I love doing, is not putting the back blade of your tie in the little loop that is made for it. So you take it out and you just let both parts dangle. something else you can do, when you roll up your sleeves, have a few wrinkles like I have right here, or something you will also see a lot for people who like Sprezzatura is a bit of a stubble. Sprezzatura works best with Italian style clothes, so think of a jacket that is unstructured. It works better with a bit of a wider, bolder lapel than a narrow lapel. Trousers with pleats, things that look a little more comfortable. Think of things like this, but try not to do anything that stands out too much. Sprezzatura is not about standing out. Sprezzatura is about small things, simplicity. And I think if you keep that in mind, you are going to look molto bene. Right, that was it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like.
No.
If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. Ring the notification bell that is right next to the subscribe button. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, you can leave them down below in the comment section. That was it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.